welcome back to
the Zak
and Buzz
Review.
So we just watched both trailers
We have.
for the first Omen, which we're actually going to see on the big screen tomorrow.
But first, we had a comment on one of our previous review videos about where's our reaction, and that comment was by Shrieker Freud 8811.
Yes.
So just for you, here's our reaction for this one.
Shock, horror, amazement.
Anyway, glad that's out of the way. Let's go on with our actual
What we thought about the
reaction
trailers.
review.
So let's talk about the first trailer. So it seemed very much like almost like a dark music video.
Like a pop video. And we saw this one. The first time we saw it was on the big screen at the cinema, and then subsequently, because every time we see a movie, it's right at this minute, because obviously the film is literally about to be released. We've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
But what drew us to it, especially, was the fact that we love the soundtrack, because that's "If I Had a Heart" by Fever Ray, which also
features in
the Vikings.
Yes, it's the intro music.
It's the theme music for the Vikings. So you listen to that music, and then the trailer itself is all backwards.
It's like very stylized in that way. You don't really see that very often, which is really cool.
That's what kind of makes it feel like a pop video.
Yeah, if anything, it gives more of like a tone than anything away about the story, really.
That's right. It's the second trailer that gives you far more information. So the first one, very intriguing, very kind of atmospheric because of the music.
Because music, going back to the music video thing, you see, like, I assume the main female lead lying on the floor, and she's got like a thing crawling on her face.
Yeah, and again,
that's very kind of music video-esque.
Again, it's in reverse.
Exactly.
It's in reverse. And then obviously, being intrigued by that, we then went onto YouTube and watched the second, which is the second trailer has far more in it. And in that one, we get the return of Father Brennan.
Yes, who in this one is being played by Ralph Ineson.
Where in the Omen, it was Patrick Troughton.
Yes.
And I suppose it's a good choice, you know.
Like, I didn't immediately know that was going to be the case.
No,
but I thought that would be a good idea.
Well, there was the discussion when we saw the first trailer. We kind of were thinking about where does this place, as it's a prequel to the Omen. Is this like they try and produce the son of the devil and it goes wrong, and so then we get the Omen where it's happening again. But actually, after seeing this other trailer, no, I think it really runs right up to the beginning of the Omen.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like now, because we got Father Brennan, and he is looking the same sort of age as the character played by Patrick Troughton. So it must literally be a prequel that runs right up to when the baby Damien is born. So
we've got Bill Nighy in this, who's kind of like that high up Catholic church leader. I assume could he be the Pope?
I don't know. I don't know.
He had like
there's a lot of Catholic horror movies at the moment.
Well, if we draw a comparison here, Immaculate, that was all about kind of the resurrection of Christ.
Trying to have the baby Jesus
again,
whereas this is baby Satan.
Yeah, if you want to go watch our review of that, go check it out. But this is kind of like the birth of the Antichrist, and it's surprising how these two films have come out at a similar time. So I assume that they're both kind of competing against each other.
I think when you're talking about this in the movie industry, you kind of you're going to look and see what movies are being released, because if you can release a movie which is of a similar ilk, then people will probably jump on the bandwagon and go and see that at the same time. I remember when.
Well, I mean, it's working, isn't it?
Yeah. I remember a slightly different movie, obviously, but with Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
When that was released with Kevin Costner, there was also another Robin Hood released at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's the one with the actress from Kill Bill. Uma Thurman, that was it.
That's it, and the actor was the one from Sleeping with the Enemy, but I can't remember the chap's name. But but that really didn't get a look in, because the other one trounced it. So anyway, we're here with obviously the first Omen, and it's all looking very intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm interested in, it seems like there's like a riot scene almost, and I wonder how that's going to play into it.
The main female character, but there seems to be some.
It's like a nun.
Some sort of creepy female character in it, which we presume is the one that's got the almost, it looks like, it's not a tattoo, it's more of a
birthmark.
A branding. It looks more like a brand inside on
yeah, because that's the same
it's on her upper palate.
sign of the
mark
of the devil
beast,
that
666.
is in the original.
Yeah, exactly.
So I assume that's going to be one of the apostles of the devil.
Well, do you think that she's the one who's going to be having the baby? Or
potentially,
or somebody's obviously pregnant in it, but in the original Omen, Damien was born, we assume, born of a dog.
Yeah, that's weird.
Unless they take the baby and actually place it in a dog, and then it's sort of like in some kind of satanic ceremony.
I don't know.
But
what
we can take is in the original Omen is Father Brennan, who was trying to warn Gregory Peck's character but he said he'd seen it all, he'd been there, and he was trying to absolve himself.
Yeah, because didn't he have the birthmark on his leg, 666, when he was like in the mortuary?
So he witnessed all that, and this is what I think. This is what we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, which is really exciting.
And I am really stoked for this one. And what I've got to say is because of the first one we saw, which was all backwards, and if you've seen that,
you'll know.
Watch it again, because right at the end,
especially when it comes up with like being released on April the 5th.
Right at the end, there is a little spot, and we thought this was really well done. A little spot of reverse speech. You know, you know, like the old adage that they're playing heavy metal records backwards. You know,
release a satanic.
It was sort of like a satanic chants, and there's this backwards speech at the end. And we know for a fact, don't we?
Yeah, we've reversed it.
And it actually says, "Look at me, Damon. It's all for you."
Who's Damon? Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Damien. Sorry. Look at it's Matt Damon. Look at me, Damon.
That would change the whole movie.
No, it doesn't say Damon. It says, "Look at me, Damien. It's all for you," which is it is the actual voice of the
nanny from the first film,
the first one, who kind of looks at the dog, and then wanders off and then hangs herself off the building.
Hey, Damien.
Yeah, that's it.
Look
at me, Damien.
It's all for you.
Or Matt Smith or whatever.
And Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Okay, you're wrong.
But in these trailers, there seemed to be another character that did a similar type of thing, but I assume she's going to set herself on fire.
Oh yeah.
She looked fall off of a
initially
roof.
She looked all wet, didn't she?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, okay, she's all wet and she's going to just jump off, but then.
I assume that's going to be pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's going to be brutal.
I wonder how it's going to compare to the person who jumps off the roof in a match.
Well, it's interesting because because that happens in that.
Again, the similarities.
The thing is that both those sequences, with obviously somebody who is killing themselves, there's the children's scenes because there's loads of children there.
Yeah.
So
kind of adds to that kind of unnerving tone of the entire thing.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's going to be exciting to see.
And we will be back with a full review of the movie.
Huzzah!
Hey!
If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of further reviews you'd like to see.
See you in the next one, which I should really say backwards. Happy